What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm Corey and this is my channel Get Sharp, where I sharpen your knives. And today we've got the best guest that I could possibly have, and that's my amazing wife, the number one wife, by the way, in the fucking planet. She's the best, Tanya. You want to introduce yourself?
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
such
welcome.
a warm introduction. I will go ahead and introduce myself again, even though you just kind of introduced me, but that's okay.
Yeah, okay, I guess you're right.
I'm Tanya, apparently the best wife in the world, which I will own with pride. And thank you for letting me come on your show. It's so weird to be on it though, but
it's hard to get on this show, so you're very special. So the reason Tanya's here, I've got to constantly come up with new ideas, content. I need to come up with new videos, and I have a couple in the hopper. And one of them was, Tanya's got a great collection of knives. So I asked her this morning. I said, "Hey, would you be willing to jump on the camera and show off one of your knives and let me sharpen it?" And she said yes. And she's gonna tell you about the one she chose.
yeah. So I picked a SOG Dagger. I call it my stabbing knife.
Your
stabbing knife.
Nice.
I've not had to use it, thank God. So that's always good. But it's just a normal. I call it.
It's not really normal.
Well, I guess it's I'm gonna call it. It's a Dagger.
The Dagger.
Dagger 1. I don't know why I can't pronounce it. I keep going back to like Daggerette, but it's a Dagger 1.
It's the SOG, yeah, so SOG Dagger 1. And yeah, this looks like something you would imagine.
Like in the jungle. I don't know why I think of that, but I think of like a
jungle knife.
Jungle knife.
I was picturing like SEAL Team 6 going in to do some, slit Osama bin Laden's neck. But
oh my God.
jungle knife works too.
Yeah, I mean it's got the serrated edge for some reason. It reminds me of something like.
I see where you're
You know
going.
what I mean?
Yeah. It's a mean
purpose.
It's a mean looking knife, and I think you used to take that on walks with you when we lived in downtown Everett, right?
So my mom would come over and visit, and we'd go on walks, and it's not like it's the worst area, but it's definitely not the best. And we'd go later at night, so I would just keep it handy. I would put it. I would make my own strap that I would put behind this, and I'd strap it to my leg, which is probably weird when you're driving by and you see
a woman with
it worked.
6-inch dagger.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a mean knife. I really like the guard here because it just fits really nice. But yeah, hopefully I think
it used to be your knife, actually.
Yes, this was. I acquired this as I did a couple other knives in your collection. And I'll tell you what happened.
Maybe like 2. I have a nice collection. I like when I travel, my goal is to find a knife from wherever I'm going. I don't know why. It's like a keepsake and it reminds me of that place. But it's also different cultures have such different knives. And they're so neat to see. So I have my own good collection, but sometimes I see something that you have and I want them, so I kind of just
that's what I was gonna say. Is this thing kind of gravitated from my areas of the house, and then now it lives right by your workstation.
Yeah, it's hanging up by where I work, just in case I ever need it. So
just in case someone breaks.
Everybody beware! I have knives everywhere in this house.
Yeah, we do.
And they're all very sharp.
Yes, they are.
Thanks to Corey.
And this one's about to get even sharper. It looks, this one, if I had to guess, you don't use it for anything. It looks like it's got the factory edge on it and everything. So, yeah, definitely. But it can go sharper. I can tell you that right now.
And I noticed that
there's a story behind that. So I'll stick around. There's a whole story about the missing butt or pommel on this. It's actually kind of a fun story too. So I'll have to tell everybody about that. But yeah, this is a mean friggin' knife. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it razor sharp.
Then you really shouldn't fuck with me.
Yeah, exactly. And Tanya doesn't know this, but there's strategy behind this video. So we're our 10-year wedding anniversary is coming up in a couple days.
No, next week.
That's what
August 2nd. A week.
That's what I meant. Our wedding anniversary is coming up in a week. It's the 10-year. It's a big one. So, you know, to really show my love and respect for you, this is going to be my present to you, is putting a razor edge on this knife.
Well, that's fine. That's a nice gift. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We normally don't do gifts, and I get jewelry. Who needs jewelry when you can get a sharp knife? I love it.
You're so perfect, babe. I'm teasing. That was a joke. This is not your anniversary.
I honestly thought we aren't.
You're gonna get it sharp no matter what.
I know, and that's the thing. We're not super big on our anniversaries. Like, you don't make a hoopla.
I know I don't always get an anniversary gift. I don't really care.
I am your anniversary gift.
There you go. I like it. But yeah, 10 years. Gotta come up with something.
We've been together for longer than 10, though.
We've been married 10
Yeah,
years.
married
but
10.
yeah, it's probably been what? 18?
I go off Sophie. Sophie's 16. We were together, what, a year or two before?
Yeah.
Sophie's our niece. So
yeah, 18, about 18 years.
18, yeah.
Man, we're so young to be together that long. That's crazy.
I look so young. You know what? You look youngish.
Yeah, I'm young rugged is what I am. Young rugged.
Oh no, that's funny. I like it.
So, all right, well.
I'll let you get to it.
Let me get to it. And how about you try to do the sharpness test for us?
All right. I can do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. So I'll call you back when I'm done.
When you get it done.
All right, love you, Beth.
Love you too.
All right, guys. Well, here she is in all her glory, the SOG Dagger 1. This particular knife is made out of AUS 8, which originated out of Japan. I've sharpened it a few other times because we have several SOG knives, and that's kind of their go-to. At least it was 10, 20 years ago, that was their go-to steel. I haven't bought a SOG in some time. Kind of graduated, so to speak, in terms of where I spend my money on knives. But nonetheless, SOG, I know Cold Steel uses AUS 8. Columbia River Knives, or CRKT. We've got a couple of those kicking around. These are that's that family of knives where, you know, if you were into knives 20 years ago, these were some of the, they weren't quite yet in Walmart and all those other stores. They were smaller knife companies, but things changed and now they're mainstream knife companies. This still, from what I read, is comparable to 440C. So we shouldn't get too much trouble. It is on the, you know, can be brittle from what I read. So I need to be mindful of that. But yeah, that's it. You can tell that the edge looks pretty much perfect. Still got that factory edge on it. So yeah, it's still got that toothy edge. You know, these companies never polish their edges. So it's sharp, but there's a lot of room for more sharpness. And what's a better 10-year anniversary wedding gift than a razor sharp knife? And one other quick note, the butt of the knife is missing. It was broken, and there's actually a story behind that. and I'm gonna tell you all about it here shortly, so stay tuned in. Well, there you have it, some cool information about the knife and the steel. Yeah, this is a mean looking knife. Imagine a 110-pound woman soaking wet walking around town with this thing on her leg. I'm gonna fuck with her. This is gonna be a tough one, guys. This one, so imagine you got a normal pocket knife, right? You've got your spine, which is, thicker than the edge. But imagine you butterfly that. So with this one, we've got a thicker, I honestly don't even know I guess it's the spine. Yeah, it's the spine. The spine is just in the center of two sharp edges. So attaching the knife jig that I always use to this is not going to be what I'm used to doing. And I also have to take care of the serrations. And so I'm like, this is like 2.5 times more work than any other knife that walks in. Everything else has one edge. This has 1.5 plus serrations. So yeah, if someone walked through the door with this one, I'd probably have to see if I could explain to them I'm gonna need a couple extra bucks on this one, or a non-taxable tip, you know what I mean? So anyways, I guess the next step here is to figure out how to friggin' attach the knife jig to this. So let's get started. Well, damn, I just shot like 10 minutes, not realizing I wasn't recording. Oh, and I'm not really trying to undo all this, but you know what? I'm gonna show you guys. So, oh, that's a bummer. This is the hardest knife I've ever tried to attach to a jig. And the reason, like I just explained a moment ago, or however long ago that was, the spine is in the center of the blade. You see? So it's, obviously slopes down towards the edge on both sides. So the only place to get any purchase is up there. I tried building up a foundation here, like towards the edge, to fill in some of that slope, kind of like a backfill. But as I would crank down on this screw here, it would just slide right off like a slide. I also took some yoga mat material, shoved it inside of here, thinking that might help fill in some of that gap, which for all I know it is, but it's just very challenging. So long story short, my solution was just to attach as far in as I can. Okay, make sure there's no folding of my yoga mat material, which there is not. Pinch down as hard as I can. And what I've learned is I need to get this first screw as tight as I can. So I'm getting as much purchase up here as I can before I tighten this. So as you tighten this, it's going to want to slide on you. And I can't crank down like I would on other knives. Oh, it's a little bit off. Alright, that's pretty tight. It's not, I didn't crank down on maximum strength. Fear it's just going to slide off. So what we're going to do, we're just going to keep an eye on this thing. Made a couple marks just so I have a reference point of where the tip of the knife jig met the steel. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and give this a go and just be gentle and see what happens. This may be a failure. All right, so the next hard part about this is gonna be figuring out the existing edge angle. I use the knife edge measuring device, but it's off the chart. 24 is the max over here. I can kind of see it over there in the gray or the black part of this thing. If I had to guess, I think they did 30. So 30, 30, so 60 and 60, or 30, 30, 30, 30. We're gonna use the Sharpie trick to figure it out. Then we'll use our knife edge angle setter just to get us there quickly. This only goes up to 25. So from 24 to 25 is 1.2 full turns. So let's go 6 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully right in that area there. Well, this turned out to be quite the Sunday project. Oh, fuck. Whoops. I was not paying attention. Just started it up with that on there. Ruin this. Looks fine. I'm used to having that other bar up here and I always attach on that. Oh, I fucked up. I was a little careful around the tip there. The challenge is gonna keep this symmetrical, so the spine meets right down the center of both blades. The more I grind on one, the more it's gonna get off centered. So I'll have to play the game back and forth times 4. Times 4, no. Times 2. Yeah. Okay. So bust out the murder ones. aka the 1994 OJ. Gotta love a pair of OJs. Gotta feel. It's one of those days, let me tell you. I came off. Camera overheats. I got 30% battery, so the only other explanation is that it overheated and shut down. Luckily, I caught onto it pretty quick. But anyways, I came off. I was kind of eyeballing everything, and I noticed as I'm looking at it, I'm moving the knife jig. So the backfill with athletic tape on this specific knife does not work. So here we go. I have attached the SOG Dagger 1. It's interesting they call it the Dagger 1. Like, they must have knew they were going to come out with a 2? I don't know. Or is there a Dagger and then Dagger 1 is number 2? I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, this is where we're at now. I think it'll work. I don't see why it wouldn't. It's a small, they call it the small knife jig. But ultimately, if they would have made this bar longer and with enough like tensile strength, there's no reason I couldn't have clamped on over here closer to the cheek. Yeah, I'll probably be taking this thing apart and making my own custom bar, modify it for larger knives. Especially like, cause these things are gonna come through. People are gonna have knives like this, like daggers. I'm not gonna say they're popular, but like, doesn't everybody have a dagger? I mean, my wife does. Okay, let's get back to it. If this goes too far south, I'm just gonna pause, stop sharpening, and then revisit this another day. We've got a whole new jig set up, so yeah, I'd have been grinding the face off of this thing. Probably move the jig closer. Well, I guess I might have been as close as I could get. Yeah, I was. I just took that off for no reason. All right, so I cannot go any closer to the knife here. I was hoping to just make the projection distance from the stop to the apex a little tighter, but that's not happening. So hopefully it'll fit in the edge angle setter here. Yeah, no, it's too long. So we gotta bust out the calculator. And maybe this is a good anniversary gift. This one's a bit of work. What did we say? 26 degrees. So 122.4. Ooh, way too low. Let's get to going here. That looks too steep. Yeah. That's interesting. On the other side, it seemed just fine. If it is fine on this side, but not this side, maybe I don't have my knife centered properly. Yeah, it grounded off really well there. I've only got half of the Sharpie on this side. So I was getting a clean 26-degree grind on this side, but I was probably only getting like 25 and a half on this side. And I realized that maybe I hadn't set the knife perfectly straight with the jig. I don't see an easy way for me to, I'm gonna try to show you guys what I can see. There's a little bit of a gap from the bar, which causes the knife jig to have an opening, and through it you can see the apex of the blade. And when I first looked, it was like way off. So I've re-centered it, and I'm like, this better be the fucking fix. Otherwise, yeah, I'm putting this down and gonna revisit another day. Let me see if I can pull you guys in to see what I'm seeing. All right, the challenge here is that the camera doesn't want to, I don't have a high enough aperture to focus in on everything. Let's measure 3 times and cut once, right? Good. Happy with that? Yep, I'm happy. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm seeing. Oops. I'm gonna show you what I'm seeing because this is it. Like the last, what's it been? 15 minutes of agony was for this. So here's side 1. Here's side 2. And for those of you that might be thinking about sending your blades in to get taken care of here, there you go. This is a great example of like what I do. I will do it perfect. Perfect's a strong word. I won't do it unless I can get it close to perfect. Sharpie's all gone except for a tiny bit right here at the very tip of the heel. And good thing I'm doing this on a Sunday. Still not 100% sold if I should be lifting or pivoting on the on this knife. Couple more and we're done on this side. I'm gonna try a pivot here. Yeah, I think I'm happier with the results of the pivot. Definitely helping me that pivot's helping me maintain a good even size bevel, but I don't know. Let's try a lift. Yeah, we're gonna stick with the lift. It's way cleaner. Maybe just kind of work this heel though. Well, hopefully I score some points with this customer because this thing is looking nasty. Ooh, I didn't do great on the tip that time. Dang it, I went a little too far. I think I'm gonna focus on everything but the top 5% and then geek out on that after the fact. All right, let's go one more, and I think we're good on this side. You gotta remember, this is a stabbing knife, so that tip's gotta look really good. Oops, I'm gonna just cut my shirt. Oops. Okay, now I see the center line's no longer center. I gotta work on the other side of this blade. All right, and we're back. Well, I'm back. I took a quick food break. And before I got the cameras all set up and everything, it's vibrating again. This fucking thing. I set the jig up so you guys don't have to go through the pain of getting that. It takes a long time to get it set up. Let's get the other side. The Tormek large knife jig. Okay, so story about this knife. So as many of you know, I work at a bank. And once upon a time ago, I worked for JP Morgan Chase. This is where I started my career. And I worked in a branch that had really high volume of customers. So I would meet a lot of people. One day I met a guy named Don. And I'm helping Don set up his bank account. And as we go through it, I gotta do what's called the KYC, or Know Your Customer rule. And this basically means we need to know where you live, where you work, where's your money going, and where's your money coming from, and where can we anticipate it going? And does that activity align with what you've told us? That's what KYC is. Don tells me he works for SOG. And I say, no way. I love knives. So I get his account set up, and over the course of a couple months, get to know him more. He's coming in every couple weeks for probably to cash his check. One day I tell him, I said, man, you know, I've always wanted so let me preface with, I was never a huge SOG knife fan, but they sold automatic knives, which back in the early 2000s, you couldn't just get those. I don't know why, but you couldn't buy them. Anyways, he says, I could probably get you one. And I'm like, bro, if you can get me an automatic knife, like, dude, that would be the best thing ever. So now he's got my cell phone. Of course, I've already got his because I had to when we opened the account. A couple days later, he reaches out to me and he says, hey, I got your full auto. And I'm like, dude, awesome. He's like, is there anything else you want? I was like, I mean, yeah, what else do you have? And he's like, I got all kinds of knives. And I was like, well, I mean, are they going to be cheaper than, you know, buying them online? And he's like, yeah, we get a discount. So I was like, well, just bring what you got and I'll check it out. So anyways, I'm all excited, right? So I tell my coworkers, I'm like, dude, this guy works at SOG. He's gonna get me a full auto knife. This guy right here. And a couple of my coworkers are like, oh, dude, I want one too. Da, 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 da. So I reach out to Don and I'm like, hey, my coworkers want some too. And he's like, yeah, no worries. I'll just swing by the bank with everything I've got. We're like, all right, cool. So his next payday rolls around, shows up at the bank. I'm kind of like in the middle of the bank. He just starts putting knives on my desk. And I look up at my coworker and I'm like, dude, we shouldn't be doing this in the middle of the bank. So I'm like, bro, put all your knives away. Like, let's go to the conference room and do this. So we go in the conference room. And holy shit, I think he had roughly 20 SOG knives with him. And I'm a little concerned. I'm like, dude, you didn't steal these, did you? And what he explained to me is that he works in a department that handles all the returns. And it would allow them to buy them at a discount. But these are like pretty much brand new knives. So I'm like, dude, these are all new. He's like, yeah, but if like someone, you know, if this was at Home Depot and someone bought it and then got a nick of blood on it and returned it, it was forced to come back to us and we could just never resell it as a result. So they would sell them to the employees. And I'm like, holy shit, bro. I'm like, all right, cool. So we started doing business, and I think I probably paid, like, back in the day, this was like a $250 knife. I probably paid 25%, you know, $40 or whatever. This was one of those knives, and that's why it's missing the butt, the pommel. Is it was returned because that broke off. And then the sheath doesn't even actually go with this knife. I learned later. Don just found one that fit, was a close match. But anyways, I don't fucking care either way. That's the story behind my SOG collection. I bought 2 automatic knives. The recurve that I have and a drop point. And our financial advisor wasn't there that day, and so a couple days later he shows up and I tell him about all these knives we got, and I showed him mine. He's like, dude, that's fucking sick, I want one. And I was like, dude, I have an extra one and I'll sell it to you for $100 because now I'm about to like basically get all of them for free. And he's a financial advisor at Chase, so taking your fucking money, right? Anyways, he buys it. He ends up losing that knife in the Oso mudslide. He went to go help with the disaster and all that, and ended up losing it up there. Yeah, I always wonder what happened to that guy, Don. I bet you if I go through my old phones, I still have his phone number somewhere. This was like 15 years ago when all this took place. I ran into the guy like 5 years ago at a restaurant. But we didn't get a chat. We just kind of locked eyes with each other. And you get that feeling like, oh shit, I know you. And it wasn't until after the fact that I was like, oh dude, that's that guy, Don. Yeah, I was so stoked to have a full auto knife. Nowadays, it seems like you can kind of pretty much just get them anywhere. Not sure how that works. Bye. Okay. Well, Tanya's leaving, so I don't think she's gonna be doing this cut test. I'm doing extra passes on this side right now because it's trying to realign. Oh, and that one I went over. Damn. The only way to fix that is to flip it around and reset everything. Alright. Oh, this fucking knife. That last pass I did just took it over. Damn. Should have paid closer attention. Man, this knife has been a challenge. Not easy, not easy. Just want to make sure I got a burr established before I do anything. And I think I'm missing a burr right there for sure. Okay. I'm gonna hit pop. There's just a little piece I need to take out here. I'm gonna let the camera cool down while I do that. What's up, guys? All right, I am, this is the hardest knife I've worked on, without a doubt. This jig, this little small knife jig for this, I don't know. It's difficult to line up. And if it's not lined up perfect, you're gonna get a little bit of a difference. You know, one side might be 26 degrees, the other side might be 25.5. And when you're striving for perfection, it'll drive you fucking crazy. Yeah, I've been at this one blade for the Sunday. Good learning experience nonetheless. I've learned a lot of what to do and what not to do. I think I just noticed something. I'm looking at everything and I lost sight of my projection distance. There you go. Yep, there. Fuck. Ah. Yeah, this one's been a challenge. Straight up. Went and spent a bunch of time trying to line this thing up. And just get it like vertically set and completely lost sight of what's most important. Well, they're both important. Not one's more important than the other, but I did not have this square to the knife. I knew it too, because like a minute ago I was looking at everything and I'm like, looks a little cockeyed. Might be a little dehydrated too, I don't know. My brain, like, it's one of those days where I just don't feel like I'm firing at 1,000%. That side's pretty damn perfect. And then fingers crossed for this side. Oh, just slightly off. Okay. But it's slightly off. It's slightly higher. Just a fraction. Makes me wonder how that's possible. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start working the burr. This is one of those steels where the burr, it's Knife Grinders Australia guy. Read up on a lot of his work and really been studying the different types of burrs. This is one of those metals where you're going to be kind of in between, the in-between burr. So it could be both. It could be positive and a negative burr. So the goal is to hone at the exact same angle that we grinded. So, and then after that, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I don't know yet. Let's go ahead and focus on what we can do right now. And that's to start polishing this edge. This steel is very easy to work with though. I went ahead and honed the top side of the blade a little bit ago. And boy, it happened really fast. You know, compare this stuff to like SV45 or M390. Oh man, it's a walk in the park. But what's not a walk in the park is the geometry of this blade. Let me tell you, holy cow. What would I rather sharpen, this or a super steel? I think a super steel. Little, believe it or not, easier to work with. Yeah, the geometry aspect. Oh, I gotta try to get into that little crook there. Makes this thing so tough from not being able to attach my knife jig. Just so many challenges to, you know, four sides I gotta sharpen, plus the serration, plus the raised spine, plus keeping it all even. Very, very difficult. This is the hardest knife I've ever worked on, hands down. This is it. So Tanya's gonna have a really, really sick wedding anniversary gift with this. Best part is my wife owns this thing, so I can work and practice on this anytime I want. At this point though, I feel like I just kind of need a break and I need to do something else. And my jig set so far to the left, when I go to hone the tip, it really wants to skate on me a lot, you know. I would much rather be set up over here, but it is what it is at this point. I can't really fuck the knife up on this stone too much, you know. So I'm just gonna try to knock this burr off, get this thing ultra sharp, call it a night. My dad's coming to visit me. I'm excited about that. I haven't seen him in a long time. I told him to bring a knife with him, but I doubt he remembered. Like to get him on the show if I could, but I don't know if he's going to be around long enough to do that. You could tell the story about a couple knife stories from my past that you guys would get a kick out of. I think at some point I told the story about when I was 13 and I was buying stolen knives off the kids at school. We had an underground knife market going on, and he ultimately found them. Boy, I was in deep trouble. I didn't realize you weren't, like, back then knives at school wasn't really a big deal, you know. There was a lot of times where I'd spend the weekend at my grandparents' and, you know, we're out fishing and getting into all kinds of trouble outdoors, and go to school on Monday and be like, oh shit, my pocket knife's still in my pocket, you know. But it was no big deal. You just left it there and you didn't say nothing about it. Nowadays, you probably get expelled if you had a pocket knife at school. Yeah, if I'm SOG, I'm not doing a mirrored edge on these things. Nope. This particular knife is a lot of work. I would love to see the process that they use though to grind these things. What does that machine look like? All right, one more time on this side, and we're gonna call it quits on the Japanese stone. And I think I'm gonna do the kangaroo tail and the cotton straw. There's just no way to know if we have a negative or a positive burr. I guess I could have checked for a positive, but it's just not one of them days. My brain is a little fried today. Oh, yeah. Or no, I did check earlier. I couldn't even. So that's how fried my brain is. I couldn't see one. Probably negative. And the sun is setting, so I better check my exposure on the camera real quick. So I have filmed this time of day and had my production get very dark. All right. So we're gonna work on everything but the serrations. The serrations are a big danger to my kangaroo strop. So I'm gonna tape those up. It's funny, Tanya had to run an errand. And she's like, I'm sorry, you can just do your own cut test. Little does she know how long this blade took. She's back. She's already gone down and run that errand and she's back. There's not a lot of skill to the like cutting the U-line paper, but you can definitely do it wrong. Like, I'm gonna try to set her up with a super sharp knife so it's easy. Okay, let's do the ugly side first. That's the side with the serrations. And now we're gonna do the big side, the full blade side. Nice thing about these hanging strops is they're super forgiving on the edge angle. So it actually kind of wraps around it for you. Which isn't ideal for a negative burr, now that I think about it. I could just be folding that burr in on itself right now. Kind of doing this in sections, working the flat part at once and then working the belly in the second stage here. Feels good so far. Very difficult to work the belly on this knife, on this strop, or this belt. All right, so this is one of the steeper angles I've ever done a cut test on. So remember, it's 26-26. So this is a 52-degree edge angle. Yesterday we did Bellingham Dave's knife. Watch that video right here. And that was 40, and we were able to cut cigarette paper. But now we're adding another 12 degrees, which 12 degrees in some cases is the angle of a knife. So this is very steep. So I don't have the highest hopes, but let's see what happens. I'm gonna cut this in half. Sometimes the paper rolls in on itself and makes it difficult to cut. Okay, can work with that. Definitely not the sharpest knife I've ever done, but for a tool designed for stabbing, I'm happy. Wonder how much you could sell this for in prison. Like, how many honey buns would this be worth to a guy in prison? Maybe not much, because that'd be a bitch to keister this thing, you know? I don't think it'll cut cigarette paper, but let's just see if we can get lucky here. Oh, I got a used one. I don't like to waste shit. Got a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna say no go on the cigarette paper. It's tearing it. All right, let's have some fun and let's see if we can get Tanya out here to cut a piece of U-line paper. Gonna set her up for success and give her the nice clean cut side. All right, knife fans, we got Tanya back on the show, and I'm here to present to her her 10-year wedding anniversary.
My stabbing dagger, if you will.
I'm teasing you. There it is. So one thing you can notice right off rip, the edge is really shiny.
Yeah.
Wasn't like that. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm Corey, and this is my channel, Get Sharp, where I sharpen your knives. And today, we've got the best guest that I could possibly have, and that's my amazing wife, the #1 wife, by the way, in the fucking planet. She's the best, Tanya. You want to introduce yourself?
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
such
welcome.
a warm introduction. I will go ahead and introduce myself again, even though you just kind of introduced me, but that's okay.
Yeah, okay, I guess you're right.
I'm Tanya, apparently the best wife in the world, which I will own with pride. And thank you for letting me come on your show. It's so weird to be on it though, but
it's hard to get on this show, so you're very special. So look, the reason Tanya's here, I've got to constantly come up with new ideas, content. I need to come up with new videos, and I have a couple in the hopper. And one of them was, Tanya's got a great collection of knives. So I asked her this morning. I said, "Hey, would you be willing to jump on the camera and show off one of your knives and let me sharpen it?" And she said yes. And she's gonna tell you about the one she chose.
yeah. So I picked a SOG Dagger. I call it my stabbing knife.
Your
stabbing knife.
Nice.
I've not had to use it, thank God. So that's always good. But it's just a normal. I call it.
It's not really normal.
Well, I guess it's I'm gonna call it. It's a dagger.
The Dagger.
Dagger 1. I don't know why I can't pronounce it. I keep going back to like Daggerette, but it's a Dagger 1.
It's the SOG, yeah, so SOG Dagger 1. And yeah, this looks like something you would imagine.
Like in the jungle. I don't know why I think of that, but I think of like a
jungle knife.
A jungle knife.
I was picturing like SEAL Team 6 going in to do some, slit Osama bin Laden's neck. But
oh my god.
Jungle knife works too.
Yeah, I mean it's got the serrated edge for some reason. It reminds me of something like.
I see where you're going.
Yeah.
It's a mean
purpose.
It's a mean looking knife, and I think you used to take that on walks with you when we lived in downtown Everett, right?
So my mom would come over and visit, and we'd go on walks, and it's not like it's the worst area, but it's definitely not the best. And we'd go later at night, so I would just keep it handy. I would put it. I would make my own strap that I would put behind this, and I'd strap it to my leg, which is probably weird when you're driving by and you see
a woman with
it worked.
6-inch dagger.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a mean knife. I really like the guard here because it just fits really nice. But yeah, hopefully
I think it used to be your knife, actually.
Yes, this was. I acquired this as I did a couple other knives in your collection. And I'll tell you what happened.
Maybe like 2. I have a nice collection. I like when I travel, my goal is to find a knife from wherever I'm going. I don't know why. It's like a keepsake and it reminds me of that place. But it's also different cultures have such different knives. And they're so neat to see. So I have my own good collection, but sometimes I see something that you have and I want them, so I kind of just
that's what I was gonna say. Is this thing kind of gravitated from my areas of the house, and then now it lives right by your workstation.
Yeah, it's hanging up by where I work, just in case I ever need it. So
just in case someone breaks.
Everybody beware! I have knives everywhere in this house.
Yeah, we do.
And they're all very sharp.
Yes, they are.
Thanks to Corey.
And this one's about to get even sharper. It looks, this one,
if
I had to guess, you don't use it for anything. It looks like it's got the factory edge on it and everything. So, yeah, definitely. But it can go sharper. I can tell you that right now.
And I noticed that
there's a story behind that. So I'll stick around. There's a whole story about the missing butt or pommel on this. It's actually kind of a fun story too. So I'll have to tell everybody about that. But yeah, this is a mean friggin' knife. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it razor sharp.
And you really shouldn't fuck with me.
Yeah, exactly. And Tanya doesn't know this, but there's strategy behind this video. So we're our 10-year wedding anniversary is coming up in a couple days.
No, next week.
That's what
August 2nd. A week.
That's what I meant. Our wedding anniversary is coming up in a week. It's the 10-year. It's a big one. So, to really show my love and respect for you, this is going to be my present to you, is putting a razor edge on this knife.
Well, that's fine. That's a nice gift. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We normally don't do gifts, and I get jewelry. Who needs jewelry when you can get a sharp knife? I love it.
You're so perfect, babe. I'm teasing. That was a joke. This is not your anniversary.
I honestly thought we aren't.
You're gonna get it sharp no matter what.
I know, and that's the thing. We're not super big on our anniversaries. Like, we don't make a hoopla.
I know I don't always get an anniversary gift. I don't really care.
I am your anniversary gift.
There you go. I like it. But yeah, 10 years, gotta come up with something.
We've been together for longer than 10 though.
We've been married 10 years. But
10.
yeah, it's probably been what? 18?
I go off Sophie. Sophie's 16. We were together, a year or two before?
Yeah.
Our Sophie's our niece.
So yeah, 18, about 18 years.
18, yeah.
Man, we're so young to be together that long. That's crazy.
I look so young, man. You know what? You look youngish.
Yeah, I'm young and rugged is what I am. Young and rugged.
Oh no, that's funny. I like it.
So, all right, well.
I'll let you get to it.
Let me get to it. And how about you try to do the sharpness test for us?
All right. I can do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. So I'll call you
Let
back
me
when
know
I'm done.
When you get it done.
All right, love you, Beth.
Love you too.
Before,
No, it was Matt.
what do you think?
Looks good.
Well, looking good and cutting good is two different things.
I'm
So
impressed.
you said
It's
you
gotta
were.
have been hard too. Like
I was out here all day.
Yeah.
So
I knew
Yeah,
you
the
had
drip-
a hard time with it.
I had a hard time clamping down on it with the jig I always
Yeah.
use, and I had to use a new method, and the geometry of it, like trying to keep that down the center, very difficult.
Yeah.
A lot of things to work on. So why don't you go ahead and see if you can do
Oh God.
paper
Me
cut
cutting,
test.
I can't cut. I'm a bad cutter, so we'll see how this goes. So if it doesn't,
And nothing
cut,
on
I'm
you.
just, like it's it will be on me.
No,
because
it's
I
on the
know
knife too.
It will.
A sharp knife should be easy. I will tell you, it's not the sharpest. But you should be able to cut through it.
What makes me? I got like a wave of anxiety, all the
Wow.
pressure. The pressure of like people watching on YouTube that I have no idea who they are, and like,
They're
Can
all
she
good
cut-
people.
can she cut the paper? Can she not?
No one's judging you.
Okay, let's see.
If anything, they're judging my. Look at that. Too easy. Too easy. There you go. That's all it takes.
There it is.
You know, push your luck and do another one.
Should I not have?
No, I'm teasing you.
It cuts.
There you go. Good job, babe.
It cuts good. I mean, I might not be the.
No, it's
The
not you.
technique
It's,
of it
it's
is
not
it.
you. The knife is, but it's not. It's a 50
It's
degree
sharp. Yeah.
angle.
It's not for slicing. It's for stabbing. Again.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm just.
I'm glad you mentioned that because we should probably do a stab test.
Oh, have you ever done a stab test before?
Not yet. Nope.
Let's
Let's,
this
do the
seems
first.
very dangerous that you're holding it and I'm stabbing at you.
in the middle.
Straight arms, please.
Put your arm out, fully extended. Okay, you cannot touch me, right?
Yeah.
All you gotta do is avoid my fingers.
Okay, ready? This is even worse. I'm like.
You cannot stab me.
Okay, ready?
Just don't hit my fingers.
I'm not gonna hit your finger. Although when I did that one time,
This make me nervous.
ooh. Okay, ready?
Hey, that's too easy.
Too easy.
Let's do something else.
What? We're gonna stab my nose. That's a nice box.
Oh, you need it?
People are gonna be like, what does she mean?
How about
That's a
this one?
nice, yeah, you can use that one. That's it.
Okay. We're pushing boundaries here, people.
I feel like I should hold the box. 'Cause this is like, okay, although this is kind of neat. I've never stabbed a
Just
box.
be careful of my hands.
Ready? Your hands are not in the middle. I'm going for the middle.
Yes, you're going for only
I'm
the
going
middle,
right here.
and you're not gonna slide off. Maybe I should put my glove
Yeah, those aren't, where's your cut gloves?
right here.
I gave him,
These ones are just very difficult to show
yeah,
off. But yeah, Tanya got these for me. Cut
there,
gloves.
cut gloves.
She got me masks. I told him the
Trying to keep
story
you safe.
how my
I
parents
don't need you to get injured.
made me wear a helmet when I used to skateboard and I hated it. But here I am, no brain damage. 40 years later, 30 years later, whatever. Okay, please don't stab me.
I don't want to stab you. That's not. Okay, I'm aiming right here.
Where are you gonna look? Or should I look? This is
I'm
a
not
lot
gonna-
of trust. You sure you can do it?
I'm sure I can do
Okay.
it. I'm gonna practice like my angle. I'm gonna
Fuck.
go.
That's scary. You wanna try it?
I made a face too. Did you see that face?
Here.
I made a face. Whoa, you better not stab me. I don't have cut gloves on.
You don't need them because I'm an expert.
Okay, look at where my hands are.
You gotta hold it out like that. There you go. Ready?
Oh, I'm so scared that.
I'm not gonna do it.
I don't want to do it now.
There,
You
you're gonna do
freak
it. I'll
me
do it.
out.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Well, I'm worried that you put too much force and then
Well,
I go like this.
I need to do it.
Nope, I'm not doing that. Stab it on the ground for everybody.
That's no fun.
I would.
There's a risk factor if you're holding it.
I
But
know,
if I
don't
get-
like that
if I get
risk
enough-
factor.
If I
I'm
get
not doing
enough,
force. Yeah, you could go through. Here's the thing. You're just gonna delicately do it because I'm not gonna hold it. I don't. Ooh. Did you do your hand in? That was a lot. Like force.
yeah, I'll do it. Scary, huh?
It is scary.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like the force is gonna push this way, and I'm gonna be like, no.
Next thing you know, you got a blade in your belly.
Yeah. No, we don't want that.
Yeah.
Not
All right.
at all.
Well, you want to send us off?
No, you go ahead. It's your show. You. I will say thank you for. Oh, you're on. His head's too close. I will say thank you for sharpening my dagger.
I'm gonna revisit it again one day. I'm not 100% satisfied with it. I ran into a lot of challenges, but I think I got a couple ideas. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be able to take this thing to another level. I'm not a huge fan of the 26. I kind of feel like it should be a little lower of an angle, but nonetheless, we'll see this on the show again one day. But just want to thank you all for joining us, and my lovely wife of 10 years, even though it's been
I did
17.
the 17.
17.
No, 16.
Oh, 16.
No, 17. You're right, 17.
17.
It'll be 16. Yeah, 17.
So don't forget to stab the like button for me, and yeah, if you enjoy these long knife sharpening, all things knives, all things sharp videos, don't forget to subscribe because we got a lot more coming. All right, guys, Sunday. Have a great work week. I'll see you next time. Bye.
There you go.
Here.